This is Excel Chapter 1, Part 3, beginning on page 20. Now that we have all the data into our spreadsheet, we can actually give this to someone, and it does make sense. They can see that corporate fundraising raised $465,064.10. They can see that the town of Allensville altogether raised $243,335.90. However, it doesn't look very good. So we want to do some formatting. Some of the things we're going to do to improve the overall appearance is we can increase font size of cells. We can change the font color of cells. The different cell colors will help the readers distinguish between different sections. We can center worksheet titles, subtitles, and column headings. We can modify the column widths to best fit the cells. For example, we cannot see what is after the word chamber. And we can change the font styles by making things bold for the titles. So, we're going to begin by changing a cell style. Now, just like in Word, we can click on a cell. Oops, I clicked in the wrong spot. We can actually click in a cell, and we can come up here. We can make it bold. We can change the font. We can change the colors. However, we are in a hurry because our boss wants the information quickly. So we're going to use some of the cell styles. So click in cell 1 to make it active, which should be the Save Sable River Foundation. And we are going to go over to cell styles. Now yours may look a little bit different than mine. If you have everything showing, great. If not, just click on cell styles and you will get all the different styles that you can choose from. We want the one that says title. We like the way that looks. So click on title. It's already looking better. Now we're going to go to you'll notice whenever we did that style, I went ahead and it changed it to bold. It changed the size to 18, and it changed our coloring. Different fonts are used to make it more appealing to the reader and to relate different data in the worksheet. So here we're going to click on cell A2, which would be the lifetime fundraising summary. We're going to make it active, and we're going to change the font style to Cambria. So up here where it has the font, we're going to hit the area and we're going to click on Cambria. This is recommended to use in headings. So we change the font. Okay, we're still in cell A2, and we decide we want to make this bold because this is our subheading and it should look our subtitle, and so this should really stand out. So we're going to make it bold by clicking the B. You can also use other shortcuts that you learned in Word, such as Control B, or you can right click to make bold. We're going to increase the size of this to size 14. So over here on font size, we're going to go down to 14. We could have also used the grow button. And we're going to change the font color to match our other title. So here where we have the font color, we are looking for a dark blue text 2. If you are working on a different version of Word and you don't have that color, just pick something similar. Okay, so now you can see that we have this matching. The next thing we need to do is we want to center our title above the entire spreadsheet. But we don't want everything over here in cell A1. We want to actually combine all these cells together. So select everything you want to combine into one cell. This is called merging. In this case, we're going to select A1 through H1. So select that. The Merge and Center button is located here in the alignment group. Just simply click on it, and it is now, everything is now in cell A1. Cell B1, C1, D1, E1, F1, and G and H1 have all disappeared and have now become actually part of cell A1. Next, we're going to do the same thing with row 2, where we have lifetime fundraising summary. We will select it, and again, we will merge and center. Now, we wanted to do both of these, and you do have to do them in two separate times, because if you do them together, it's going to merge all of this into one, and we actually want the lifetime fundraising summary to be on row 2. Okay, next we're going to format our cities or our column headings. So we're going to select cells B3 through H3, or Allentown through total. And we could go back and do all the formatting like we did with the lifetime fundraising summary. However, we're going to do this quickly. So we're going to go to cell styles. And this time for cell styles, we want heading 3. This is what heading 3 looks like. Again, if you are using a different version and don't have this, just pick something similar. Heading 3. You'll notice that now everything is blue, it is bold, and it has this light blue underline under it. We want to also format our total row so that it stands out. And totals usually will have a line with a double line underneath of them. So we're going to select cells A9 through H9. And we're going to come back to cell styles, and we're going to click the total style. If you click off of it, you'll notice that there is a single line, meaning representing we're going to be adding, and then there's a double line underneath of it. It has also made everything bold. Now we need to do some formatting to our numbers, because these are actually dollars, so we want to put dollar signs. In Excel or in any spreadsheet, when you're doing the formatting with dollar signs, you typically will only add dollar signs to the top row. If you add dollar signs to every number, it becomes busy. So by adding it to the top row, that represents that everything is going to be a dollar. So we're going to select cells B4 through H4, or all the numbers for the corporate. And to make it dollars, we're going to come up to the number group on our home tab, and we're going to click the accounting button. It looks like a dollar sign. Simply click on it, and it has now added a dollar sign. It added all the commas, and it made everything have 2 decimal places. Okay, now we're going to format the rest of the numbers here. So go ahead and select these numbers in the middle for the direct mail, fund runs, government, and phone-a-thon. We want it to look like dollars but not have dollar signs. So basically we want to add in the commas, and we want to make sure everything has 2 decimal places. So this time we're going to use the comma style for our formatting. So click the comma style, and it's also lined everything up for us. The only thing we have left to do is to format our totals, which again, we want to have dollar signs on them. So we're going to highlight all the numbers in the total row, and we're going to click the formatting button for accounting so that now they have dollar signs as well. Okay, it's looking pretty good. However, you'll notice that it is still cutting off some of the things. Whenever we did the formatting, it actually adjusted the rows so that the columns so that they were wide enough for all the words to show. However, if it didn't, you can format all the rows exactly like we're going to do. Here you can see though, however, in column A that corporate, direct mail, government, and phone-a-thon is still cut off, and we can't see all that. So the easiest way to adjust the column width is to put your mouse pointer between the column headings, which is A and B, up at the top, and you are going to end up with a double-headed arrow on your mouse pointer. It's actually called a split double arrow, and all you have to do at this point, you could drag to the left or to the right to make the column wider or more narrow. We're just going to double click. This tells Excel I want the column to be as wide as it needs to be. And so now that column shows all the words. Let's go ahead and hit the save button just so we don't lose anything. We're still calling it the same thing. So we have saved it. Another way, I talked about how you can select cells. You can click on them to go to them. The other way is to use the name box. So come up here to the name box from whatever cell you're on, and I want you to type A3 on your keyboard. Be sure you're typing up here in the name box, and then press enter, and that will take you to cell A3. There are other ways to select cells. Using Alt page down, we'll select the cell 1 worksheet window to the right and move the worksheet window accordingly. Alt page up will take you to the left. An arrow will move you in either direction. Home will go to the beginning of that row. Page down will select the cell 1 worksheet window from where you are and move through it. Page up is another way. Okay, we are now ready to begin the chart, so we're going to stop here. And you can begin with the next video to continue. Be sure that you save before you exit.